Okay, so US Canadian dollar most likely found its low. The divergence seems to be kicking in now. So short of this being a triangle, it seems we have some upside ahead of us. As usual, tomorrow there's Canadian news. I don't remember which figures will be released, but as usual, news for Canada on Friday. So the inverted hammer has found some support. Now, there are a number of resistance levels above, but if this does hold, the bigger idea is that this will be wave 4 and another low. Now, as we saw in 2016, these impulsive waves can be very, very direct with minimal retracements. Small retracements here, and for the triangle down here, something like that, sideways moves. So there's no guarantee that the retracement will be large. Maybe up, if it does continue up, maybe up 100 or 2 points. If you watch these videos, you know I favor using the 8 EMA on all time frames, and when that comes into play next week, around 1.3, 150 or so it'll be. So if it does make it up that high, there will be some resistance there. Let's see how it emerges, but for now, it's looking like a corrective low is in here. This first segment, by the way, is just a corrective pattern, just a 3-wave move. So I'm looking for this, if it does continue up, just to be a corrective move. Now, Euro Canadian is presenting a different face. We've seen some positive divergence here, too. Sorry, 1 second, muck that up. Some positive divergence here, too, across the levels. So I have to take that into account as a more powerful move, and also it's only 3 waves from the high, 1, 2, and 3. Now, as I pointed out yesterday and on Twitter, this segment here, as can be counted with just a simple up and down motion, is 7 waves. So that's a corrective pattern, 3x3, 7 waves. So it is possible that we have something like a 5-wave advance, a 3-wave move, a 3-wave move, and a bit higher for a flat. I can look at that as a possibility because I really favor seeing the French April presidential gap being filled. I have to see how this plays out overall, but it's looking like it's got some legs now. And a lot of strength came into the euro today. Nothing new there. It's been coming in for a number of months now. Moving over to Euro New Zealand, I put this trade on Twitter today. There was a very simple breakout, no retracement, but the breakout was there. This is going to expose itself on the next high to a possible reversal, maybe as high as 159, I cannot say. But I'm looking for this to still make one more gyration lower. It's always suspicious when it holds above the 8 EMA like this, but for now, looking at the weekly, sorry, not the week, yeah, the weekly, I would expect to see another swing like this. I would expect to see one more and then a bigger move up again. The weekly stochastics are still pointing down a bit. So if we can see a 3-wave move of some kind here and a bit lower for C down, I think. Pound Canadian, back to the Canadian pairs. It's possible we have a low in Pound Canadian on the daily chart. So it is also possible to look at this as a triangle, a number of ways, but it's possible it's a low too. For example, I can force a ending diagonal out of this with a break of the low. It is possible. So if it doesn't set up a try, then I'll be looking for Pound Canadian to correct higher up for this entire 5-wave decline here. Aussie Canadian still looking at correction, looking for this area to hold. If it does retrace back up, it'll meet resistance at the 8 EMA tomorrow around 98.90 probably. And well, this is rather self-evident. If it does retrace further, I'm still looking at this as a sell. The monthly is bearish. Yeah, this pair has been turning over, New Zealand Canadian, so I'm still looking down on this. Not in a condescending way, but in a trading way. And any move up, I would look to be selling into still. I think it's broken a number of levels and it's looking bearish. Euro pound, no chance yet to sell this. This move down on the 4 hour is just a choppy thing. I'm not really sure how to look at it, but more like an A wave. I would like to see one more low still. I mean, the whole out move on pound Canadian, I'm looking at it basically as 1, 2, 3, and then triangle for 4, A, B, C, D, E, and then wave 5. So I'm looking for this basically to make at least a 3-wave correction, possibly more, but the way it started out, let's see if we can get 3 out of this overall. Aussie New Zealand, as I said yesterday, have to give the benefit to the bears here following this 3-wave correction. This is looking bearish. No reason to look to buy this in my opinion. Looking for the sell side to continue here. US dollar yen, still looking for upside. No change. Euro yen's way ahead of this right now. Not much to say about Euro US dollar. This pattern looked like it was 7 waves and corrective. So next high, we'll be entering the sell area and just a second. In any case, I'll go over this to try to clarify something, but it's coming into the resistance area again. I'll look at this on the weekend with more detail. I'll plan it out beforehand, what I want to say. Pound US dollar still looking up in this. I would rather see one more high for either wave 4, larger wave 4, or a leading move for 1. And I'm preferring the idea that this is a truncation given how the US dollar looks like it is putting nails in a kind of a rectangular box. And yeah, still like the idea that this will get a bigger bounce, maybe on the next low. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into this with more detail. I didn't put the effort in now, but it remains bearish. US dollar is bearish. Okay, I'll leave it there. Let's see tomorrow if we can get a bigger correction into US Canadian. All right, bye-bye.